if the idea, we're continuing our conversation about Mental Health Month, and if the idea of a charcuterie board, happy hour, socializing after coming out of quarantine gives you social anxiety, you're not alone. Going back to mix and mingle with strangers, even friends, can sound very scary, so we wanted to help you through it. Licensed professional counselor Helena Davis is here with ways to ease your social anxiety. Good morning, it's so nice to have you with us.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
It's great to talk with you. I have a question, first of all. Why do so many of us have social anxiety about socializing again? It seems so odd.
Well, first of all, Jan, you have to consider we've had a year of being disconnected. So first things is our social skills are rusty, right? And the other thing is just the added stressors with the possibility of getting the different approaches we have to pandemic safety, and then the obvious of mass communication. All those things will contribute to anxiety, even if we've never had social anxiety.
So what are some signs that you may have social anxiety? Is refusing a lot of invitations at this point? Would that be a giveaway?
That's a giveaway if you're refusing a lot of invitations that you really want to. Now, of course, we can have our boundaries, but we just don't want to have calendars. But if it's events that you really want to go to, and using those invitations. If you have to feel worry about events or going to events, if you accept the invitations and then later cancel, if you have racing heartbeat, muscle tensions when you get out going to these events, all those are signs.
You know, you mentioned setting boundaries, and I think that's important to make a distinction there, because a lot of people, myself included, realized that we were doing things maybe before we didn't really want to do, and when we stepped away from everything during quarantine, we said, why am I doing some of these things that I don't want to do? So the boundaries are actually important in having the confidence, and that makes social anxiety better, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because social anxiety is really the fear and the worry about being judged, being embarrassed, being accidentally offensive in a social setting. So sometimes when we are concerned about setting those boundaries, so we just accept everything.
So building your confidence and your self-love is really the key to all of this. In the meantime, what are some tips that are good ways to ease back into the socializing that you do want to do?
First things you want to do is you want to start small, take small steps. So your first event may not be an event that has 300 people. You may start small with one couple, in a social setting. It may be a cookout in your backyard, or as you talked about, in your front yard. So it may be those things. You want to start small. And you also want to be honest with yourself and with others about what your comfort level is. So that's some insights you have to say, what am I really comfortable with?
So I'm just curious, do extroverts, what you think of as extroverts, struggle with this too, or does it only affect introverts?
It affects extroverts and introverts. Because here's the thing, remember, social anxiety is not about I can get out or stay in. It's about that fear and worry of being judged. It's about being embarrassed and showing it. It's about all those things. So extroverts are affected by it as well. Especially pro-pandemic, it will be, because extroverts normally have their normal places that they go and, hang out and they fit in. And so now that may look differently. So this social anxiety pro-pandemic is affecting everyone.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Really appreciate your time, and the very best to you. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy this beautiful weather.
Thank you. You do the same.